What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Flashpicks.bet show. Chiefs win, easy dub. I mean, yeah, they're 9.5-point favorites. I sure hope so. I hope we get a competitive game, though. Last night's game in primetime was just horrible to watch. We hopefully have a better game. Two good offenses, even though one is a little banged up. I know it's probably going to be a blowout, but we do have Patrick Mahomes playing football on a Monday. That's all we can ask for. Austin, how are we doing today, brother?
My man, another winning NFL week. That's 5 consecutive for the kid. So I'm feeling pretty good after a rough first 2 weeks of the season. But this game, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I usually am pretty optimistic with games. This one, I feel like it's a blowout ready to happen. I probably will get into it, but I'm hammering the Chiefs 8.5. This Bucs team, to me, without Godwin, without Evans, just took too many big L's,
Yeah, I agree. The over-under of 45.5 seems probably fairly accurate. I think the Chiefs defense is obviously outstanding. We all know that. It's going to be tough to move the ball. I do like a receiving prop in that game, but overall, I hope that the Bucs can force some stops early, because if they don't, it's going to be a long night. Interesting game. I'm just going to go off the bat right now. I am on Kareem Hunt receiving yards at 12.5 and P. Ryan receiving yards at 7.5. Same style that we did 2 weeks ago with Justice Hill and Derrick Henry. Cash both. I think both are going to cash again. Both these lines are so low. Kind of wanted to ladder both up to 20, but I couldn't find exactly 20. You got to do like a 25. But I think at least one is hitting, and I think there's a good chance both hit. I know you haven't touched any running back receiving yards, but tell me your favorite prop tonight and why you're on it.
Yeah, my favorite prop early is DeAndre Hopkins. I'm trying to pull up my list right now, but DeAndre Hopkins, 42.5 receiving yards. He played 16 snaps last week. Andy Reid said that he's going to he ran 16 routes last week, sorry. Andy Reid said, though, that he's going to have a bigger impact. Obviously, they traded for him for a reason, and I just think their talent is so scarce on the outside that 44 yards for D-Hop feels so likely with Pat Mahomes. Everyone jumped on him last week as like he's going to blow up first game with Mahomes. It didn't happen. He had 29 yards. But I don't see him being a 20, 25-yard player for this Chiefs team, especially with how they priced Xavier Worthy, how they priced Justin Watson. I just think Hopkins is here for a reason, and 45-plus yards seems so likely, especially with him minus 150 for 3.5 receptions. He's got a 15.1 ADOT last week right there. If we get 3 catches at 15 yards, that's covering, so it feels like a really, really solid line for us.
No, I completely agree. And them getting him was huge for their offense. It seems like, I don't want to, curse him or anything, but it seems like everyone that they do get does get hurt. So we'll see if he follows suit there. But
yeah, don't be saying that to me.
You couldn't have asked, I'm not saying this week, but you couldn't have asked for a better guy to step in and fill that role and take some of the attention away from Kelsey. And honestly, the run game. Do you see, you already talked about the Chiefs, the spread that you like. Do you think this over at 45.5 and under, you think this priced right, or do you lean a total here?
Man, as someone that watches the Buccaneers decently, because they seem to always play the Eagles, they just, to me, look like a different team than when they're always stomping on us. And I know obviously the injuries are there, but Baker didn't look great last week. 45.5 is honestly kind of where I see it priced. I would lean the over, I think, just because I feel like this game has more offense, but I do feel like Vegas has this one priced pretty solidly, like they have been at least on most Monday nights.
Yeah, no, I think it's could be a good live spot. I think if the Bucs are winning, I may take a live over. If the Chiefs are winning, I think they're just going to suck the life out of them.
That's my nerve there, Chucks, is if they get up early, I think this one's going to be a tough one to hit the over. Like if the Chiefs pull away 10-0,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it's going to be an interesting game, but
I completely agree. One guy, I think this is the most public play possible. I don't want to talk about it, but everyone's on K. Dotton. Let's just get that out the bag. It's really the only guy worth a damn in the receiving department that they have so far. 10 targets back-to-back weeks. You got to play 50-plus yards. You have a good game script. I know you're on it as well, I think. Anything else you want to add to that, or is that?
Yeah. I was just looking, like, you look at the logs. Kittle crushed them. Kyle Pitts crushed them. Lively in week 1 crushed them for the Ravens. Like, tight ends have had their way against this team. That's kind of the defensive scheme that KC has ran, where Opposing wide receivers haven't really done anything. Tight ends been all over the place. Obviously, Cade Otton. If you look at the last 6 quarters with Evans out and Godwin out, like clearly he's controlled the target share. He's Baker's favorite target. It's 50 yards for a guy that's a solid player that's had some yak ability, and it's just kind of it's a square bet if we're being honest. It's a square bet, but it's one of those where you just trust it based off the hit rate. And you see all the other names that have had big games tight end wise. Brock Bowers just had a good game. Like,
Yeah.
It feels right. Bowers was shut down by the Chiefs. I mean, he had 58 yards, like
Yeah.
5 for 58. So yeah, I guess he got shut down.
558 cashes this bet though.
That's what I'm saying. And honestly, kind of a similar type of scheme. Like the Raiders didn't have a ton of outside receiver help. They're starting Gardner Minshew. I feel like it's a similar script, and he got it done. 58 yards cashes us here. So I lean definitely over. I think he goes for 60 plus.
Yeah, I mean, you see teams that really like the Saints don't have really a tight end, but Jawan Johnson had 5 catches for 31 yards.
And that was with Spencer Rattler at quarterback.
Yeah. And
like
Kyle Pitts had 2 catches for 59 yards. It's Mark Andrews sucks. Let's just get out the way. But Isaiah Likely that same game had 9 for 111. Like he's not really a tight end comp, but
yeah, and there's only so many tight ends that can blow up in that,
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting night too. It's going to be in KC. There's likely some rain showers. I don't think it's that crazy.
Mike Gesicki, 91 yards. I mean, we've damn near named the tight end every week. So it's kind of square, but we're just trusting him to do what he's shown,
One thing I'm staring at is Patrick Mahomes to throw a pick. It's plus money. He's done it
8 in a row.
Every week. I mean,
8 in a row. What was that stat last year I had for you? Do you remember that? Where like
it was like after a win
after
or
an L, he's thrown a pick.
After an L.
Wasn't it that? There was something where it was like 14 of 14 or something like that. I can't remember. I'll think of it, but obviously it doesn't apply this year.
No, yeah, it's I'm staring right at it, man. I may put it in like a SGP or something because it's plus money and the value is just insane. I mean, but I think Baker's throwing a pick for sure. That at minus 140 may have to be a slam.
I like it too, especially with how we see the script. Yeah, I definitely like it.
He's thrown. Try and guess how many interceptions he's thrown in the last 3 weeks combined.
Probably a decent amount, but it's minus
7.
Yeah, it's minus 150 for Baker.
I see minus 140 best book. That might be playable for me considering.
There's also some weather conditions here, so obviously I don't think it's going to be torrential downpour, but there is supposed to be a little bit of weather concern, so that could increase the interception likelihood. Yeah,
I may have to do both in a parlay for later tonight. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Where everyone wants to know the first touchdown score, and everyone thinks I'm taking Kareem Hunt, and I'm not doing that. I'm telling you right now. I already know who scored in the first touchdown.
It's been a couple weeks since we've hit one too.
I know. I think we're due.
I do too.
Who do you think I'm gonna pick? I'm picking first. But who do you think I'm gonna pick?
Otton.
No, I'm not picking a Bucs player.
And Hopkins.
No, I'm gonna let you take that if you want to. I'm taking Xavier Worthy at plus 1100. I think they use him nice in the red zone. Some designed runs they get, or just deep threats. Now that they have guys to take eyes off, they could take some chances early, or he could just take one to the crib. He's just so electric. The Bucs have a good run defense, especially in the red zone. I much as I want to bet Kareem Hunt, the odds suck for it. And I think they're going to stack the box, and just Kelsey's going to be a little bit of a blocker, and they're going to find Xavier Worthy right there.
There you go. I'm sticking on that same side. I'm going to go DeAndre Hopkins plus 1,000. For me, Hopkins is a way better zone beater. Worthy is the man beater. This team runs zone the entire game, so I'm hoping it's Hopkins. We're looking at a receiver to get in the end zone. You know what I mean?
Who's even still healthy enough that could do? It's gonna be like Noah Gray. I wanted to do P. Ryan
because there's no like automatic RB.
No, I agree. You said he's a man beater. At least he's not a woman beater, which is great. That's just their running back. So
relax.
A little crazy, a little crazy. But no, I think it'd be a good game for the most part. This guy said a special team first CD. That pissed me off yesterday. That'd be crazy.
That's the worst when that happens because no one cashes.
Mahomes to run it in is kind of wild. I think he's taking a little bit of less on the run. I think he might be playing a little banged up this year. I feel like maybe it has to do with some of his interceptions. I don't know.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
I mean, aren't they 7-0?
Well, no, but yeah, I feel like he's throwing a pick in every game. He's really not. They're really not winning like convincingly. You know what I mean? It's like
they had 2 what is it? Official wins where like
officiating wins, whatever, where they got helped. Yeah,
they got bailed a little bit.
No, I agree. Listen, let's hope for a good game. We like Otten. We like Hopkins. I like the running back receiving yards. I'm dabbling in both. And this guy's at CEH first TD to piss the world off.
Dude, that'd be electric. He comes in and vultures a Kareem Hunt touchdown. Everyone would be in piss.
Dude, he'd vulture a Kareem Hunt touchdown in general.
Well, because everyone's betting on Kareem to get in the end zone.
It's gonna be P Ryan, bro. It's gonna be third. It's gonna be 3rd and 6. P Ryan right there. Boom.
Buddy. Yeah, I could see it, honestly.
That's what's gonna happen. It's 3rd and 6. He's gonna do it right there. Boom. We're on Otten, Mr. Alex Crow. But that's basically going to be it. Shout out to our sponsors, DraftKings Pick 6. Play $5 on DraftKings Pick 6. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Hit the link on YouTube and enjoy those credits. Have a blessed day. Let's cash and see y'all later. Peace.